All right, today we are going to talk about 11 critical mistakes that real estate agents, real estate investors, real estate entrepreneurs make when they're trying to employ and implement social media marketing into their business. So let's begin. Number one of the most common mistakes and issues that we typically see is that there's no strategy at all. So one of the biggest mistakes that you can make is not to have a strategy. You want to have a strategy because it helps you stick to something consistent, right? You have a strategy, you have a plan, and you can follow that strategy, you can follow that plan when you're trying to employ social media marketing, right? Don't go in randomly. You want to have a specific strategy where you apply to people, you post marketing, you make posts. Next, one of the next issues that I see is they don't engage with users, right? So when people comment and interact with their things, they're not engaging and interacting. And when you're on social media, one of the most effective ways to grow your following, grow engagement, and let the social media algorithms know that you are utilizing their platform is to engage, right? Conversations, engage and interact with people. It's also unique content. Number three, not posting enough content and not posting consistently, right? So sometimes I see this a lot. Like agents, they say, hey, I have a, they make posts and they seem to forget to be consistent about the post, right? So you need to post frequently. It doesn't have to be often, but post frequently. Like come up with a schedule. Maybe you post twice a week or once a week or something like that. But post consistently and post enough. I shouldn't have to go to your profile, right? I was going through a profile the other day. I went and this guy's profile was outdated. He didn't post anything since June, right? So you as a customer, client, or prospect, what are you thinking? Right? It sends all kinds of signals. Is this guy active? Is he going to neglect me the same way? Post consistently and post enough. Be frequent, right? I'd rather you post one time a week than not post at all. So try to post consistently and post frequently. Next, not having a public profile. So this is one of my favorites. A lot of times people say, "Oh, I keep that profile separate. I don't want people knowing about my personal life." Right? Well, when we became real estate entrepreneurs, business owners, whichever we are, we became public figures. So it's very hard to hide as a public figure or a business, right? So do yourself a favor, unlock your profile, and um, treat it like a business, right? What would you do if you went to a business and it was closed down? Would you fight to get into that business? Probably not. You'll probably just walk away to the next business. And this is what customers and prospects do when they're on social media too. They find your profile locked down. I'll go find someone else. Next, this is similar to the one we just talked about, but not having a business profile, right? Not having a business profile, a business page, right? So a lot of times we'll go use our personal pages, right? Our personal profiles, and we try to use that as our business page. And it's good. You need to have a personal profile. However, that personal profile should be personal content, right? And it should drive your business profile. One of the reasons why you want to have a business profile is because it comes with a host of different business tools, right? So your personal profiles typically don't provide you with those business tools, how you can track analytics, see how long somebody is watching your video, post advertising. Typically, personal profiles don't give you the same capacity as business profiles. Next, we have incomplete profiles. So people post or people have incomplete profiles, like their profile is not full of the information. So I'm talking to mostly real estate professionals, right? Well, if you're a real estate professional and you're working in a certain market and you don't have that updated in your profile, how am I supposed to know I can come to you for business, right? How am I to know that you work that particular market? How am I supposed to know that you work with a particular client? We need to complete these profiles. So complete your profile, fill in your market, fill in your full name, your company, your brokers, put all that information into your profile. So when customers, prospects, and clients come visit your profile, they know who you represent, who you're working for, and how you can help them. Next, hiding behind brands and logos. So this one has a little to do with personal confidence and self-esteem. And a lot of times, in my experience, I've dealt with thousands of agents, right? And it's like, oh, my brokerage, I want to They want to hide behind their logo and their branding, right? And when you come to social media specifically, right, one of the benefits of social media is that it's social. And social includes human elements, human aspects. So do your best not to hide behind logos and branding on your social media profile. It doesn't help you. People want to connect with other people, other humans. So don't hide behind a logo, don't hide behind a brand. Be yourself. It's one of the things that's going to help you stand out. All right. So being too businessy and too salesy, right? So a lot of times you'll see people in their profiles and they're only talking business or only talking sales, right? And like we just talked about the point above, like hiding behind logos and branding, it's a little impersonal. It's impersonal. So being businessy and salesy is just as impersonal, right? So don't talk all business on your social media profiles. Add some personality to your profiles. Add some personality to your business pages. Add personality because it's one of those things that helps you stand out. A typical rule I like to go for is the 80-20, depending on which profile you're using, right? So if you're using your business profile, I want that to be 80% business and 20% personal, right? If you're using a personal profile, I want that to be 80% personal and 20% business. So don't be too salesy, don't be too businessy on your profiles. Next, this is probably one of my favorite, and they're not using video communication and video marketing, right? Use video communication and use video marketing because it's highly scalable, it's highly duplicatable. And one of the things that's highly effective about video and video marketing is how you can repurpose the content, right? So an example, if you make a video, we can say things a lot faster than we can type. So once you make a video, you can have it transcribed and you can repurpose it to all other platforms, right? So use video marketing, use video communication. A customer or prospect has a question for you, answer that question via video and then send them the video because other customers and other prospects will have a similar question, right? All right, next is, because there's a lot of confusion out there, next is using too many platforms, right? It can become daunting, overwhelming, all the technology, all of the social media platforms out there, right? And we want to be on all of them. We want to be omnipresent. But one of the things we have to do is we have to focus on one, right? Maybe two. So don't use too many platforms at once unless you have some kind of tool or system that's going to help you do that kind of automatically, or a person that's going to do that for you automatically. Don't use too many platforms at once. Try to pick one platform. Typically, right, the easiest is Facebook. However, some people prefer others. So don't use too many platforms at once. You want to be omnipresent. And if you're going to do omnipresent, get a tool to help you do that. So use one platform, focus on one. Next, this is probably one of the most deadly, right? And I see people teach around this all the time, and not using paid advertising. Like paid advertising is one of the most effective strategies you can implement on social media, right? Use paid ads because it helps expedite you, right? It speeds up that process. $10, right? Let's take it over to Facebook, for example. With $10, you can reach hundreds of people for $10. You can't have that same influence and effectiveness using other strategies. So paid ads is a highly effective form of advertising, right? Don't miss out on using paid advertising. You got to do it right. However, again, like I said, if we go to Facebook, you don't even have to be a genius, and you can take $10 and maximize yourself with $10, reaching hundreds of people using paid advertising. So don't be afraid to use paid advertising. Paid advertising is highly effective. Enough of that there. I appreciate you watching. Those are the 11 critical mistakes to avoid when choosing a social media marketing strategy, right? And there are other strategies that we're going to bring along, but I just wanted to share these ones. These are some of the most common that I see, and I wanted to address those. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.